definitely a subject that's close to my heart, but I do think that Tim did articulate it beautifully in the book. Different elements. Obviously, he's very well known and very well respected in Australia as a writer, but there's certain aspects of these particular characters in this particular story that really resonated for me, because they were so similar to characters that I had grown up around and in an environment that I was quite familiar with. I guess in a sense I was close enough to that sort of material and that story personally, so close to that sort of stuff, that I didn't want to see it handled poorly. Maybe it was kind of more of a defensive position. I felt protective of that sort of world, and whatever anyone that reads that book, they will take their own stuff from that book. I happen to take more of the themes that I put into the film from that book. So, you know, the idea of identity and fear and the sort of pressures and stresses of masculinity within that kind of world, and the stereotype of that masculine world, and playing around and twisting that a bit, and empathy. I think the movie's a lot about empathy. Having been someone that has surfed since a very young age, and someone that's worked in the industry from like my early 20s, they're the two things that I've done the most of in my life. So it was a nice sort of melding of the two, and I definitely knew that I couldn't get actors to be convincing and to integrate the work on the land into the water seamlessly. It was never going to work. You can teach actors to do a lot of things, and they can learn to do incredible things, but there's a different thing with when you're in the ocean that you just can't teach. That has to be absorbed over years of being in it. So it was easier for me to teach them and to help them and unlock the keys to them as actors than it would ever have been to cast actors and try to get them to pretend they could surf, because it never would have felt authentic. You can't use the muscle of filmmaking that you can on land to contrive a situation in the ocean. You just can't. And if you try, you're lost. Forget about it. You have to be nimble, and you have to be simple, and you have to have people that understand the ocean working in it. So all the actors were surfers, all the safety people were surfers. The cameraman had shot surfing for years and years and years, so we had this great guy, Justin McMillan, who was sort of pulled a lot of the stuff together with the water unit. We only had one camera. Focus is very difficult. We had a remote focus situation that was built for the film. It was very difficult. The ratio of usable footage is just so minimal, because you've got water droplets on lenses, or, you know, you shoot on 5K in the water. We shot on the Red camera on a 5K, so you can blow up and reframe a bit, which we did a fair bit. But it really did help having people that were sympathetic to the environment that we're shooting in and understanding of it.